If you're somebody who replays conversations and situations over and over in your head, overanalyzes what you said in that meeting, second guesses the tone of that one email, or lies awake wondering if you've offended someone, or looked stupid, or missed something, you're not alone. And you're not crazy. But you are stuck in a loop of overthinking. And I promise it's not a personality flaw. It's a system that your brain created to keep you safe. In this video, I'm gonna break that system down so you can finally stop the spirals, trust your decisions, and stop living in your head. Let's get into it. My goal is to help high-achieving professionals relieve their stress, anxiety, overthinking, and burnout using practical strategies and techniques from our M3 method so they can enjoy their success without sacrificing their well-being. Number one, overthinking is a safety mechanism, not a character trait. Let's start with the most important shift. You're not just an overthinker. You're someone who has learned to use thoughts as a way to stay safe, to prevent mistakes, to avoid embarrassment, to feel prepared, to try and control how others perceive you. And for a long time, it worked. You probably got praise for being thorough, careful, detail-oriented, but underneath that, overthinking is almost always driven by fear. Fear of what? Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of embarrassment. It's not about thinking, it's about protection. And once you understand that, you stop blaming yourself for it and start learning how to change it. Number two, professionals are trained to overthink. Let's talk about your work environment. In the professional world, you're taught to double check, test, review, peer assess, analyze, and then analyze again. You're rewarded for catching problems before they occur. But when that mindset leaks into your personal life, your relationships, your self-worth, it becomes a liability. You start treating every conversation like a problem to solve. Every interaction like a project that could fail. Every decision like it's going to be audited. And suddenly, your brain doesn't know where to stop. You overanalyze a compliment. You replay a Slack message from 3 days ago. You ruminate over tone, phrasing, or what you should have said instead. It's not because you're insecure, it's because your brain got wired to avoid risks at all costs. And the cost of that is your peace. If you're a high-achieving professional that's struggling with stress, anxiety, and overthinking, I created a free gift just for you. My stress-free success guide gives you 5 simple science-backed strategies to calm your mind, reduce your stress, and regain control of your emotions so you can focus on what truly matters. These are practical, fast-acting techniques that fit seamlessly into your life and help you stay productive without suffering from mental and emotional roadblocks. Click the link in the description to grab your copy and start taking control of your mental and emotional health today. Number 3, the brain overthinks what the body never processed. What most people don't realize is that overthinking is what happens when you experience something that creates stress, a tense conversation, a moment of embarrassment, criticism from a boss. Your body registers that stress before your mind ever explains it. And if that stress doesn't get released or processed physically, it loops in your thoughts. Your body says, something's not resolved. And your brain says, cool, let me replay it 100 times until we figure it out. But this never resolves it because you're thinking in circles instead of processing it at the source. Overthinking isn't about the content, it's about the lack of emotional closure. And that closure doesn't come from logic. It comes from regulating and processing your emotions. Number 4, analysis may feel productive, but it creates paralysis. This is where a lot of smart people get stuck. It makes you feel like you're doing something, like you're responsible, like you're covering your bases. But most of the time, you're actually solving imaginary problems. That conversation you're thinking about, it already happened. That decision has already been made. That person already formed their impression. You're not preparing anymore. You're just spiraling. And the more you overthink, the less clarity you gain. Because your brain's running simulations. It's not living in reality. What you need isn't more logic. It's to tolerate uncertainty long enough to move forward. Number 5, perfectionism and people-pleasing fuel the fire. Most professionals who struggle with overthinking also struggle with internal pressure. They want to get it right. They want to be liked. They want to be seen as competent and in control. And every interaction becomes a test of those identities. That's why you replay that moment where you stumbled over your words, or you wonder if you sounded too harsh in that comment. or obsess over whether or not you should have worded that message differently. It's not necessarily about the moment. It's about what that moment might mean for you. That kind of pressure turns small things into big threats, and your brain, trying to protect you, keeps rehearsing, replaying, and reviewing, just in case. But it never actually brings you real relief, because what you're really craving is permission to be human. Permission to make mistakes and know that you're going to be okay. Number 6, you've confused certainty with safety. Here's the trap. Your brain believes that if it thinks enough, it will find certainty. And if it finds certainty, it will feel safe. But that's a false equation, because certainty is an illusion, especially when it comes to how people feel, how outcomes unfold, or how others perceive you. And the more you chase certainty, the more anxious you become. What you actually need isn't certainty. It's internal stability. The ability to say, I might not know how this will turn out, but I trust myself to handle it. That's the real exit from overthinking. You stop trying to control every single variable and start building trust in your own resilience. So how do you stop? You don't stop by thinking less. You stop by creating safety in your system, so your brain no longer has to be hypervigilant. Here's where to start. Pause before you spiral. When you notice this overthinking loop start, take a breath. Name it. Say to yourself, I'm overthinking right now. That awareness interrupts autopilot. You can shift out of your head and into your body. Start by doing something sensory. Touch, move, feel. Your brain calms down when your body feels anchored. You can ask better questions. Instead of, did I mess up? Try, what need is my brain trying to meet by replaying them? You can reconnect to the present moment. Overthinking is always about the past or the future. Return to the now. Conquering overthinking is not about silencing your mind. It's about changing the relationship you have with it. If this video helped you see your patterns more clearly, hit like and subscribe. And if you want help stepping out of the loop for good, check the description below to grab my stress-free success guide, which gives you 5 simple science-backed strategies to stop overthinking and finally give yourself peace again. I'll see you in the next video.